As I mentioned earlier, we were going to introduce a new initiative that we've done at the Research Council. And before we pass this out, I want to just give a little bit of history for context. As you know, the discussions with the U of A have been ongoing since the time of the downturn when the Research Council wasn't able to continue its contract for the data services that the university provided. A unique opportunity started to simmer about a year ago when Lucinda Smedley, who's a board member of the Research Council, took a position as a staff member with the MRED program, which is led by Jan Cervelli. What has resulted is a relationship between the Research Council and the MRED that we hope will target three initiatives. One, being an annual study that would be a topic of interest to the local real estate community. Two, some form of mentoring program or conduit between between U of A students and Research Council members. Don Baker left, but he's applied to be a mentor student in our office to analyze our real estate portfolio. Specifically wants to understand loans. And three, a quarterly snapshot. And with that, I'd ask some people to come up and help me pass out some of these flyers. Which brings us to the report you're going to have in your hands in a moment. A couple comments here. This is a first draft report. This is not set in stone as to what it will always be. This was put together by a group of volunteers and a data committee. And I'd like to right now just take a moment to thank those people that were part of that, those being Lucinda Smedley, Michelle Wood, Brandon Rogers, Byron Bridges, Michael Latch, and Jim Marion. They all put in a number of hours, meetings, time on their own, doing work, coming back, conference calls. This was something that took effort, and we greatly appreciate their help. I'd also like to make a comment and thanks to the sources of data that we reviewed, specifically Orange Reports, Ginger, she's here today. She was very helpful in this. CBRE, Cushman Wakefield Picor, CoStar, Reese, and a host of others. So the intent here is to provide a one-stop source of data on a quarterly basis to the real estate community. And we do this through committee process, and we select and express what I would say an opinion of the market to kind of synthesize all the information that's out there and put it in a one-page, a one-place document that our membership can enjoy. Michelle, if you could come up and just kind of walk us through the report quickly. Michelle's kind of led up this data committee, and I mentioned earlier that you don't have to be a board member to participate with this, with us on items, and Michelle is an example of that. She's leading up our data committee.
So this, I think, is pretty self-explanatory in terms of what the data is that's presented. But as Paul mentioned, it's the idea was to provide a non-biased opinion of the different data points in terms of vacancy, absorption rate, asking rates, etc., and to aggregate it into something that's usable and easily readable. And as Paul mentioned also, this is a very, very rough draft. So we definitely encourage everyone to, if they have ideas how to improve it, if there are things they would like to see added, if you have ideas for the formatting that might improve what you see, we definitely encourage everyone to let us know what those thoughts are. And if anybody would like to work on this as it goes forward, I definitely encourage you to let me or Paul or any of the board members know. And we're happy to take any and all suggestions and ideas.